Have you checked the date? It's Friday the 13th. This iconic day is surrounded by mystery and superstition with a rich history that has fascinated people for centuries. From ancient folklore to modern pop culture, there are countless stories and theories about how this day earned its spooky reputation. Today, we're diving into the intriguing origins and the evolution of Friday the 13th with ClioVis, a dynamic tool that brings history to life through interactive timelines. To guide you through the diverse and captivating history of Friday the 13th, I'm passing it over to one of our talented ClioVis interns. Let's explore this together.
Did you know that the 1980 film Friday the 13th is actually not what caused the superstition behind the day? Let's break this down. The superstition behind Friday the 13th occurs because of something called operant conditioning, which essentially teaches us to create associations between a stimulus and the perceived reinforcement. So, for instance, a lot of the superstitions that are commonly associated with Friday the 13th, but also just with bad luck, are black cats, crows, broken mirrors, and certain number combinations such as 666. Some different ideas behind it are number one, Christianity. Christians believe that Friday the 13th is taboo because Jesus attended the Last Supper and he invited 13 guests. The 13th would be Judas. And Judas was the one who betrayed Jesus, and the dinner also occurred on a Friday, which is what causes the association in Christianity for Friday and the 13th. But this is also translated into Norse mythology, where there was a feast in Valhalla and 12 gods were invited, and the 13th uninvited god, Loki, the god of mischief, convinced one of the other gods and tricked him into killing the god of joy, which is why they deem the number 13 unlucky. This trend became seen more often once this got spread around, and in 1307, French King Philip ordered that the Templar Knights be arrested, and he tried to come up with charges for them. There was lots of torture involved, and he essentially tried to eliminate a group that threatened his own power because they were a very wealthy group, and this ultimately led to their demise and the falling of their group. But Friday the 13th is not superstitious everywhere, such as in Spain and Greece, they perceive Tuesday the 13th as dooming. And in Italy, the 17th of any month is what's superstitious. But if you look to the skies this year, there will actually be something positive with Friday the 13th. We will see the Geminid meteors strike at this point. They won't hit Earth, but they occur every December, and this year they just happen to be on Friday the 13th. These are very bright meteors, but it may be a little bit more difficult to see this year because of the moon. It's going to be very bright. And speaking of asteroids, in 2029, it's predicted that there will be an asteroid that's going to fly closer to the Earth than any other asteroid in history. So these are just some positive things, and this is a little bit of the backstory of Friday the 13th. We can see that it has a more extensive history than we would perceive. I hope you enjoy your Friday the 13th.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow us for more engaging content. Every Friday for the next few weeks, we'll be sharing fascinating stories about historical events that took place on Fridays. Stay tuned for more fun and intriguing history brought to life with ClioVis. Ready to create your own timeline? Start your ClioVis journey today at ClioVis.com and dive into history like never before.